Welcome to Shorty Supercoach. We are back here with Langers by popular demand, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good. It's nice to feel wanted.
Yeah, well, not something I feel often around this household, but no, the lads enjoyed it, the podcast we did the other day.
Yeah,
so
it's good. My niche Star Wars
Yeah.
and Harry Potter references.
did get quite the
Yes.
return of
Yes. The Jedi?
yeah, there was a Harry Potter reference in there too.
Yeah, the waffle shard.
Yes,
in the
got quite the laugh from
reception.
one fella. Yes, reception. That's the
Yeah,
word I'm
that's the
looking
word
for. Yes,
That's how I said it. So.
you did say. Let's cut to the chase, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Brody Grundy's out for 3
It's a
months.
nightmare this week. And Pitnet.
I just smashed my knee on a gym bench, and I could have potentially done a PCL. I could be out for 3 months, but
That's probably not great.
look, it made my decision easier because I was going to trade out Jared Witts, which might have seemed crazy, but I probably thought he might have been a cash cow type of guy. Grundy, the proven premium, doesn't matter now. He's out.
Yeah, well, like you said, it made your decision easier, and I think there's going to be a lot of people rolling with Bruce at R2 and potentially Bruce at R1, like I'm doing with young Sam Hayes coming in at R2. I was really.
Are you nervous?
I think Bruce I'm comfortable with. Hayes I'm not so comfortable with, but that's just what I've got to do.
Just for a week or two, isn't it?
My end goal is English back, and then English comes in really. And then I might have to just run an English Bruce setup for the rest of the year and hope Bruce becomes a premium.
Which isn't impossible. I just think the Giants and the way they structure that ruck up, it's hard to bank on anything. I mean, we could get a good 5 weeks, which would be great, and then it could look like anything throughout the season. But
I'm really confident on Bruce.
Yeah, you are actually.
Yeah, he'll be in the team. Yeah,
he'll be in the team 100%. He has been untrustworthy over the journey, but
he's in, mate.
He's
had his peaks and troughs.
As good as we could have liked or hoped for so far. Now, I'm going Sammy Hayes coming in,
Samuel,
which will give me a little Jared Witts, Bruce in R2 operation, Hayes at R3.
Yep.
And eventually, I do think Hayes or Bruce will go down to probably just a 102k rookie guy.
Just bank the coin.
Just get some of that juicy cash going.
Spread that 400k, throughout the.
When you say spread that, it just
PTSD. The flashbacks to Adelaide were just going wild.
Speaking of wild, we have a kicking goal competition.
We do.
Or even a goal kicking competition.
Well, kicking 4 goal
if you want to produce some actual English.
English would be good.
Oh, I've had a long day,
Will that be out by the time this
will.
Yeah.
It will. So
when's this one going out?
Probably
Thursday?
Friday.
Friday, okay.
Yeah, I reckon Friday.
Yeah, no, it was great. So we won't reveal the result, depending if you haven't watched this video.
If you haven't watched it, just go back 2 or 3 videos.
Yeah.
Shorty and Langers kicking some snags.
Good to have all the subscribers there.
Yeah. Subscriber goal kicking. And on the live session.
Yeah.
Hey, how'd the subscriber goal kicking go? How many showed up?
Yeah.
About
yeah. Went about as well as your Patreon escapades.
Oh my God. Not the dreaded Patreon. Hi guys, pay me some money.
No, you just take all your knowledge and then hate on you crap your shit.
And now I'm just that happy-go-lucky sort of super coach guy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I think I need a bit of happy-go-lucky this week, Daniel.
Yeah, you did have a brutal week last week. I mean, I was riding high. I had one of the best weeks of my life.
I thought I was looking good. Yeah. And then just it all went bad really quick. And now I've got some potential cash generation issues after I thought my cash gen was fine.
And that's the most important thing right now. Don't get too concerned if you're scoring a bit poorer than maybe you thought. I think if you look at your bench and you've got options to upgrade and downgrade and find cash, that overall team value, you'll be okay. But it is when we start to hit dead ends with our rookies. They get injured. They only make 60k. Then they get dropped.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, you're in strife.
Or Jackson Mead, he should come in this week. He played really well in the Sandful, but I really need him to come back. Hobbs is at risk of getting dropped.
Yeah.
The Malcolm Rosas Jr. debacle absolutely destroyed me. And I was going to loop Hayes, and I thought, this is great. I've got Hayes on the bench. He scored 16. Not great for the young man, but
no.
I thought, I could really, get ahead of, I could bank 70 points here on some teams. And then Rosas was out. I was like, oh, shit. So I had to pull the trigger on someone because my thinking was at least I'm going to be 16 points ahead of, anyone else because Loman ended up, finishing on 32. That was bad.
Yeah.
But he was still, 16 points above, and I thought that would have pulled me up some rank, but I dropped ranks. It's unbelievably with a solid score of 2250.
Yeah, like I did feel looking through the scores that was solid, and I would have thought kind of on par, but maybe slightly off it. But
I just need to go with my gut, Daniel. I wanted to change my captain to Oliver. I really did before
back
Neil.
yourself in, mate. Back yourself
I've been
in.
backing myself in the tips and in Supercoach, and I've done that this week. I've backed myself.
Yeah.
I just need to just go for break. Was I talking to you last week about way back? I used to have 2 teams.
Yes.
And the riskier team that I had just for fun, because I knew I couldn't win the money, and that was fine. I didn't want to necessarily win the money, but my riskier team always finished higher than my actual team.
Well, give me your gut feel now, mate. What are you going captain-wise? Have you got a little saucy VC for me? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Andy Brayshaw against the Cats.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't mind that at all, actually.
So,
yep.
And
into who's your fallback?
McRae's still captain. He won't have 2 down weeks in a row.
True.
But if you just bank that, 145, captaincy or VC score that's different, unique to a lot of other teams, then you're winning, because everyone's going to have McRae. And everyone's going to have, Neil. And that's what cost me this week. I had McRae and Neil, and I was like 10 minutes before the bounce, and I had the Loman issue. So if I didn't have that issue, I might have pulled the trig on Oliver. But my trades this week reflect that analogy as well.
I tend to agree. I think captaincy is one of the ways to differentiate yourself, but normally the actual captain's relatively boring. Our captain choice is normally someone safe. It's McRae, it's Lockie Neal, it's someone on a Sunday or a Saturday arvo. I think when you can go a VC and it pays off, but even a slightly don't want it to be pulled off, but it depends what you're into. And Brayshaw being slightly maybe not unique as a player, but he'll be unique in a VC sense, I reckon.
I'm traditionally really good at picking a VC.
Yeah.
I rarely rely on my captain, which, and I thought about it the other day. You're really nervous when you have to rely on your captain, and you're like, he's probably going to score 130 plus, but what if he doesn't? And then you're like, oh, it really makes or breaks your
and
week.
It got me thinking back in the day, like probably 5 or so years ago, when I used to smash the Supercoach out, as we still do. There were no loopholes.
No,
you would just pick a captain, and the VC was there in case your captain got injured or didn't play.
Yeah.
Now we get nervous about VC. Doesn't score well, and we got to get a chance at the captain.
And now I'm, I was trying to do, loop my forward line rookies and loop my back line rookies as well. So there's lots of loops happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I feel as if, look, I'm relatively happy with my side. I think Rosas, Rosas. We will know if he's in the team.
Yeah,
by the time
he'll be in.
You're saying he'll be back.
He should.
A calf.
Knock, I believe it was.
A knock.
Strain. They're saying he was going to be back in.
Why can't you play after your calf gets knocked?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I don't
Come
know.
on, Malcolm.
I don't know specifically, but they were talking about him being back. So
Malcolm Rosses Senior would not be happy about that. Come on, son.
Get the belt out.
Holy shit. So I'm thinking I will go. Grundy.
Let's talk.
Yes, talk to me.
What trades are you going to do?
Talk dirty to me.
And then we'll do my trades.
Okay, well, strap yourself in. We've got a trade boost. Whip that boost out of the pocket. And I'm going Grundy down to Hayes.
Yep, you mentioned that.
And now I'm going to have to remember what else I plan on doing. Rochelle. Oh, here we go. Juicy double upgrade.
Yeah.
Juicy. Rochelle up to Luke Parker, who I'll expand on a little bit more in a second. And then Jason Horn-Francis has done his job. He's peaked in price, got a big break even. He'll go up to Mr. Andrew Brayshaw.
A man that
he's just about Sir Andrew Brayshaw.
Yeah.
I'm about to knight him. He's going
Lord.
that well. Yeah. Look, I think I was red hot on him all pre-season.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was also red hot on Dangerfield. So you make those calls in the pre-season. Some are right, some are wrong. But I wish I started with Brayshaw. I didn't. I'm happy to get him into my side under 600k. Luke Parker, I really think, is a great buy. Now, I feel like he's potentially floating under the radar.
As you've coined the term last year. Pencenzo. That's Italian for potentially.
But he's backed a couple of back-to-back tons.
Yep.
I don't know what happened when he scored 39, but Franklin came back in. I watched this game on Anzac Day closely. Lots of centre bounces. I think it's 72% centre bounce attendance. I'm feeling confident. A Luke Parker at 475, I can't say no to, mate.
Has Parker's role and Franklin's inclusion back into the team hurt Heaney's role?
Look, I think the most relevant one there is... I can't talk today. Relevant. Fuck! I'm a bit off, ladies and gentlemen.
Relevant.
And when we were testing the audio today, I introduced it as welcome to Shorty Super Sculch. It was ridiculous.
He's just got too much information
it's a Wednesday,
already
mate.
a capacity brain. Relevant.
Relevant is Tom Papley.
Yeah.
So I think that mid-sized forward, I mean, Papley's a small size forward, but I was slightly concerned. I mean, Heaney finds a way to score points, even as a largely key forward. 7% of centre bounce attendances on the weekend. It's not going to cut it for me in terms of a consistency point of view. He still finds a way to be dangerous, but I want to see that number up around 5 to 8 centre bounces minimum, you know, or in percentage terms, 20 to 30, you know. So, yes, that's a good point. Still got a lot of faith in Heaney. I think. You know,
he just got locked down big time, and he almost turned up. He
did.
He only scored 4 points.
How the fuck did he
two
not get...
intercept marks that potentially saved goals?
I don't get that. I know the game was somewhat dead, but it's still an intercept mark.
An intercept mark and I don't know. You can't score 4. I think they'd hit the buffer of 3,300 points.
That freaking buffer, yeah.
But like there were pricks that weren't even getting touches, and he was like racking it up in the
confusing.
last quarter.
But yeah, so I'm feeling.
You missed that goal.
Mate, we were going off.
I reckon if he kicked that,
Heaney took that mark, and I was like, Heaney! And I grabbed my phone. I'm gonna message Jake. Fucking eggplants and all that sort of stuff.
Anytime Heaney plays, it's like from Anchorman, like news team assemble. Like everyone watches Heaney and like is collectively just like. I feel like there was how many times was Heaney in the goal square, and I was like, give it to him. I feel like everyone would have been like, give it to him.
Ben Ronk has a shot. I think it was James Bell had a shot. I'm like, understand who you
Ronk's
are.
Like clawing for his career.
You are a peasant. Give it to Sir Isaac. He'll kick the goal.
Teamwork, Ben.
It's like when I see you on the half-forward flank, mate. You just give it to you.
Me?
You just get yes, the Dukes of Langs. That sounds like a Roman sort of term. Medieval. I've lost the plot. I've lost the plot.
Okay. What is going on?
I'm not sure.
Do you want to talk about my trades?
Yeah, talk about something else.
Let me just distract the attention away from you.
I need a drink of water.
All right. So what I am doing is bringing in the number 4 ranked defender for total points, Dan Houston.
Oh.
And I thought about Short. He's still going to come down, so he'll be my next defender I bring in. He's got to break even.
Breaking even. Bit of Cockney slang on that one. Oh, watch out for the old Joe Blakes.
Have you got a helium in this room or something?
Just stuck down to the old frog and toad. Near and far.
Short will come in next.
Yep.
Straight up now. Hayes also comes in. I had to get rid of Dante Vicentini because I brought Lohman in, and Vicentini was just a dead rookie on the bench.
You are the only guy in Australia that has Dante Vicentini.
Because I brought Lohman in, I had to get rid of that. So that probably hurt me because I would have got rid of Rochelle, or I would have got rid of McCartan, who is now injured.
Yes.
And Rosas comes in again because he'll be back. So out, Grundy, Vicentini, and Hayes. So 3 ruckmen go out.
Wow.
In Houston, Hayes, and Rosa. So that gives me 207k to play with next week. And I've got McCartan, who could go down, Rochelle, who could go down.
It's Houston we don't have a problem at the moment. I'm just going to whip up his
correct.
stats.
So he's above Sicily, and he's 70k cheaper.
Have you caught a Port Adelaide game lately? Like, what has changed?
Yeah, I did. Honestly, it happened in the 3rd quarter against Carlton. They moved Butters and Rosie into the middle.
Yeah.
Houston's been okay all year. He's been quite
absolutely.
consistent.
And we've seen him be okay over the journey. But my issue with him, and I don't know if it's going to happen right, but he's always had... So I'll just read a couple of stats out. I don't want to...
When's this from?
2021. So 2021. Yep. My only issue with Houston is his inconsistency, but he hasn't shown it this year.
No.
But last year, round 1, 82, he had a 156. He also had round 5, a 48. Then tons up in round 6, a 54 in round 7. Round 10 was a 49, a 48 in round 17. In amongst that, he had 19s and 90s and
It's
tons.
almost consistent scoring in that it's like a 120 plus, a 90, and then like a 60.
If you look at his 2020, there's similar. He can be up and down. All of these are averages of quite nice years. And, you know, he's an interesting character. That's I'm not knocking the decision because he's in great form.
Yeah.
I just have a slight worry if he's a guy who's capable of throwing in the odd 50.
Yep.
But so Jaden Short, so Clary.
I think that ceiling has gone up now.
Yeah.
To where maybe a poor game from him is like a 70, which I'll cop because that's that's what Whitfield's scoring in general now. Yeah. And he has the ceiling to go 140. He does. Go 124 this year. So,
he does.
And this is the thing, Daniel. I need to make up ground. So I can bring in Short, but every prick has got Short already.
Yeah.
So I need some. It's not necessarily a pod options, but I need some consistent and genuine scoring from alternate angles.
Yes.
And Parker is very
much
much
like doing things at an alternate angle.
Exactly right. Parker is in that same vein for you because not a lot of people would have Parker. And, you know, I was even thinking my next upgrade. So for next week, I've got that 207k in the Bank Arena.
Yeah, that's handy.
Benethan Keys comes in. So I'm still hoping
he does. Yeah, really? Benny boy.
He's in.
What's he priced at?
He's 591.
Oh, shit. Nearly knocked
got a
my
break
socks
even
off
of 108. So I'm hoping he just has, you know, a nice little 100 score.
Yeah.
Scored 124 against the Dogs, midfield.
Yeah.
I reckon he's all Australian right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I've always sort of tainted or sort of touted as like...
Tainted?
Not... I'm all over the shop today.
This is a wild one.
As like not clean, but it doesn't seem to matter.
He's
just the clearances. He's getting shots on goal. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. And I feel like there are a few midfield options that are nicely priced. And for me, it's a bit of a contrast between what do we know and who do we trust, as in guys who have done it last year, but are they out of form? Like Miller, Petrarca, versus, you know, a few guys like a Ben Keys or, I mean, Callum Mills has done it before, but a Travis Boak might be, you know, those type of guys. There's a few guys who are more in form, but I tend to trust a little bit more the likes of Petrarca and Miller and that sort of thing. But I'll tell you what, Houston's 505. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, he's cheap.
That's not bad.
He started at 467.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm saving 30k to Short, I'm saving 70k to Doherty or Sicily, and I'm not getting the same scoring, but I'm getting just about the same sort of.
They're the little wins you got to take, mate.
It lets me get Keys next week.
Yeah.
So I could almost have a complete midfield next week.
Honestly, that's what most of my decisions are made of. Not really what I want to do this week, but I'm like, oh, do I need that extra 40k next week? Yeah, I probably do. Makes my trade this week a bit more simple.
Question for you.
Yes.
Do you go early on Greg Clark?
No.
Okay.
No,
do you
I
want
don't
one
think
game
so.
At least?
Yeah, one game at least.
Yep.
I wonder where Tom Joyce is going as well. Like,
I
don't know where he's at, but I thought he'd be a nice little option early in the year. But
another question.
I always think if you cut me off again. No, I always think if you can at least get one game.
Yeah.
One look at him.
People are bringing him in this week.
But I do have big confidence in him. But hit me. What do you got?
Do you have to get Gawn now before he goes ballistic? No, Jackson. Jackson's out.
Hang on.
Jackson's got COVID.
Oh,
Jackson,
right. I missed that.
Sparrow, Cozzy Pickett out with more potentially on the way.
Wow.
I read Oliver, May and Gawn were out. And then Melbourne actually did an official statement. So this is the Wednesday, so I don't know what's happening when people listen to this on Friday.
True.
But
that's true.
This is the thing. We got rid of Gawn and it's killed me the whole year. I reckon I've cycled 6 trades through just the ruck line.
The only thing that helps me sleep at night is that I actually did trade in Wits for him.
Yeah, and he's been going great.
And he's actually... I don't think he would have rivaled the points of Gawn, but he wouldn't be far off for the price point he was at.
He'd be right close to the points, yeah.
He would. So,
and when you add the value into it, you take that for sure.
So it's worked out okay, but honestly, I wouldn't throw everything out there just to get Gawn in this way.
And he's 1k more expensive than when I got rid of him too. So I'm just honestly, I just have to hope he gets injured or misses a game with COVID and doesn't go up. Yeah, you know.
I think you're right. I'm sort of sitting here going, at the moment, I'm like, I don't know if Wits is going to hold up all year. I really don't think. Like, he might be a 4 or 5, number 4 or 5 ruck in the comp, which is solid. I think the jury's out on his durability as well, to be honest.
Wits?
Yeah.
I reckon he could be number 2 ruck this year.
You reckon?
Because English is out.
Well, yeah.
Grundy's out.
You're right. I think English from an average point of view.
Average. Yeah.
But then again, you can swing him forward.
Yeah.
I think ideally I'd love to have 2 of Gawn, Witts, and Darcy in my ruck department.
Sean.
Yes, Sean Darcy, and have Tim English in the forward line for if one of those rucks do go down.
I think
swing him in.
I've passed that point now.
You're
And
past that
I think
point.
I've passed Gawn. I don't have that extra 150k I need to get.
And you don't right now. You just never know what can
he could
happen.
get injured,
He might score an 82 and a 94.
It only takes that for his
yeah.
cash in to shoot back down, but then he can score 150.
He can.
Kickstart he did that 160 against Port, beat his break even, then his break even was like 90 the next week, and I was like, oh, that's easy.
And it's always hard to. I love to plan, but you sort of can't plan beyond 2 or 3 weeks, really.
Literally, my plan now is just get keys next week and then make some money for English.
And the way Gawn's going is, he's not in our window of sight. No. We can't really see a way if you got rid of him.
No.
There is don't make crazy trades to just bring him in. He's not within reach right now. He might be in 4 to 5 weeks, 7 weeks. We'll deal with it then.
Some people are doing that to Oliver now this week because they missed him to start with him.
Yeah, and I would have been super pissed because I would have been like, cool, Clary's scored poorly. In 2 weeks' time, he'll be super cheap. All I don't want is a massive score. And then he says, oh, you want me to hit that break even? Yeah, fuck it, I just about will. Which is what Cripper nearly did too. He says, you want to get me back in cheaper? Fuck yeah. I'm going to score 140.
Yeah, well, if there's one thing I did right, it was holding Cripps.
Absolutely, yeah.
And by doing, remember that week where I couldn't afford English by like $1,000?
That was brutal.
That would have destroyed me. But I would have. I think I've just got to ride Whitfield. I've got to upgrade around him and hope he comes good because he's sort of lost his worth. Now he's still 450, so I can still do something with him.
It's one of those things where you look at your side and you go, well, I want to get rid of him, but there's actually more pressing things I have to do.
For anyone that has Whitfield now, would you say to keep him?
No.
Would you try and get rid of him?
Absolutely.
Even with all this week's injuries?
Well, it just depends. I mean, I always sort of look at all the trades I would like to do and then rank them in importance. And if it's your 4th most important trade, nothing problem. Look, you're probably right. Yep. The damage he's done, it's not like he's lost his value. So it's not really absolute carnage where he's losing too much more. And he could pull out a 90 and he might just go okay for you this week. But I would say try to get rid of him when the time is right.
He's not necessarily hurting us points wise. It's just points for the value.
Yeah.
He's really just another rookie on field. But you could have just had another rookie on field, use that 400k to have an extra Clayton Oliver or a Gawn.
Well, that's it. Yeah. I mean, he might, he's 60 or 70 as a contribution, but you paid $500,000 for him. Yeah. That's what hurts.
I just hope the penny drops for him and for the Giants, and they've looked shocking this year. Honestly, they look so bad. That drop mark against St Kilda, Whitfield had. And
shocking.
He just looks absolutely shocking.
He's always been like a skinny type of figure, but he's always had these other weapons. He just looks like weak and without any capability of hurting an opposition. I don't know.
Damaging.
I haven't seen him hit one of those Whitfield kicks or break the line where you
hit a goal this year.
Yeah,
he used to be regular almost every week. He kicked a goal.
Yeah.
Anyway, this isn't a Lockie Whitfield.
No.
One
of my favourite players, but not this year.
I'm hanging out, just in general. I'm hanging out that he just gets me like 80s every week, and I can only hope he scores like a 120 and just like, oh, hello, he's on the way back up now. At least make some money, but I'll leave him till last.
I think so, and even someone like Pendlebury, I think is worth looking at. Alex Witherden is on fire. He's playing withering footy. That's why I bring you on the show, man. It's just for puns. It's stuff like that. No, he's been a bit of a sleeper. Yeah. That's just. Do
you know who I got in draft this week? Connor Rosie.
You stole Connor Rosie.
I scored 1944.
Yeah, you went nuts.
Yeah, I went ballistic.
I think at the moment, me, you, and Watto, probably definitely the clear 3.
I like it.
Early days. So I think always look a couple of weeks in advance. Don't just look this week. And I get a lot of questions about people being concerned about using a trade boost. Don't be concerned. If you got to use it, then use it.
I've used 3 now.
Yeah, if it's meant to be used and you don't want to miss out on something, then don't miss out on it.
Yeah, I've used 3 just to get my team to a good stage to keep up, but I won't be using more than, I won't use another one again because there's no rookies as well. You can't get trade boosting if there's no one there.
No, it's tough.
We need keep training primos.
We do need Greg Clark to go all right. That'd be super handy.
Yeah. He'll play. He's playing.
And I wonder if Ollie Dempsey can just bump out another 60 or 70. And I got concerns over his job security, but it might be hard to say no.
I don't think he comes out of that team.
Gary Rowan would probably be the only. Oh, okay.
He's not close. No.
Yeah, righto. Okay.
No, he's not close. Dempsey had 8 score involvements.
Yeah. Watching the highlights, it looked like he just got involved and kicked a snag himself. So, yeah, look, I think Jaden Short's on the drop. Not for this week, but next. And Tim Taranto, also keep him on your radar to bring into your side. And don't lose faith in Mitch Duncan either.
Mitchell.
He's a slow burn at the moment.
Yep.
He's an old fella now. It's taking him a little longer to get out of bed these days.
Yeah.
And it's taking him a little bit longer to get his season going. But he'll be okay.
He could be down to like 450.
Absolutely. And like Parker, 475, you almost be kicking yourself if you didn't at least roll the dice at that price.
He hasn't turned up this year.
He has not. And that's what I'm sort of waiting for. The role I've seen playing is good. He's just, when you can sort of lock him in for 28. Yeah. Now it's like 22. So I don't know whether it's just
him.
him.
Marks, though.
Yeah.
Loves a mark.
I've got faith that he could be just a really cheap F5, F6.
Yeah.
And if he finds his best, he's top 3, 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
So something to think about. But
if he
there's
didn't get injured in the preseason, he would have been a really good option.
That held him up. And that's why I think he's scoring a bit slower at the moment.
Yep.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, my friend?
Anything relevant?
Anything relevant?
We just had a little squeeze through.
No Canadian clubs over the weekend? Oh, I can't talk today. Fuck this shit. Canadian. Fucking hell.
I've held McCartan. I think there's a chance he can play. I don't know for sure.
Is he ruled out because
the concussion protocol?
I think so. I think at least for a week.
There was whispers that he failed it because he was nervous. So I don't know if it was. I don't know. I think he will be out. I've just held him anyway.
Yes.
And De Koning's on field for me in my forward line now as a result.
Nerves
of that.
gets the better of us sometimes.
De Koning will score well this week.
Okay.
There's no Taberner playing.
Yeah, right. You're feeling some.
Well,
where's Taberner? What world have I been in? What happened to him?
Hamstring. Just played through the game. Hammy will be out for a couple of weeks, but they don't have a key forward. They could bring Josh Treacy in.
Yeah, right.
And if so, I still think De Koning just gets a lot of intercept marks. He's actually leading intercept marks at Geelong.
You serious?
No, I'm very serious. By 2.
Ahead of Tom Stewart.
They both missed a game.
Crikey.
I just think it could be a little bit of a 90 week for Sam De Koning.
Yeah, all right. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Down in G-Town.
Yeah.
Plays it very
well.
along. Nothing else major. Just my team's falling apart, falling to
that's,
pieces.
That's right. Stay strong, mate.
I'm right on if one more thing happens, and I'm just off. I'm done. And stop playing AFL fantasy or chess.
Oh, and if I have another one of these gun weeks,
where you can't speak English.
No, if I have another week like I had,
this is we're talking. This is crazy. I'm only 230 points away from you, and you're 8k, and I'm 29k.
Yeah, I know, and I was looking
20k ranked for 200 points.
Yeah, I think at the moment it's almost working like 3 points. What was it? It was crazy. I was watching this funny thing.
Oh, are you watching a funny thing?
I was watching it last night.
He's just getting a video up on his phone.
Yeah.
For all those listening on at home.
If I go nuts again, like had a really good week last week. Oh, it's just buffering.
Your internet's just not working.
Got some good internet there.
Yeah.
So we'll just pad along until my internet kicks in. This is going to be a really good gag.
This has been the all-time
This is a bit like my
greatest.
Oh, here we go. Have you seen this?
Is that the bowling guy? Did you send this to me?
Are you kidding me?
Who
do you think you are? I am.
Maybe you should link that in the comments so people will understand.
Yeah, true.
Put it in the description.
So if
anyone just wondering what just happened, just look in the description.
So
that video will be linked, and this will be Shorty if he has one more good one.
Yes, it will be. Yeah. But thanks for joining me, mate. I might even link in our goal kicking contest.
Yep, goal kicking contest. AFL Unlimited Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, Spotify. Listen along. We just had our rolling All-Australian team pop up on Thursday, which would have been yesterday
did.
when this gets released, but it's tomorrow when we're recording.
Yeah, good. That wasn't confusing at all. But
Great.
have a good weekend, guys. All the best in Supercoach. Feel free to ask any questions. I'll be back with my press conference later on the weekend.
Get along to the Goalkicking comms.
Oh, my God.